Hey y'all, it's your girl Sarah from SSAD Sales here. If you're watching this video, it is because you have purchased the SSAD Sales Analytical Sales Dashboard for the reseller. I am going to walk you through step by step on how to use it and then go over a little bit of the data analytics. I do want to make sure that you are following me on Instagram and on YouTube. All of my content there is about data analytics and the reseller, so it'll really help you utilize this report and this dashboard. And also to join the Facebook user group. Links for all of these are in the email that was sent to you, but make sure to follow there. The user Facebook group is amazing. It's all of the users. I go in and we have discussions about the data, and then we also try and do a deep dive with the data to have a better group analytics and try and decide try and see if there's trends that we're noticing, because we're all using the same tool and have the same data. So make sure to follow there. But let's get started on the dashboard. You need to open that link and it'll take you to this page. This is the dashboard, but before you can use it, you need to make a copy to make it yours. And so to do that, you just do File, make a copy. You can name it whatever you want, Sarah's copy. Okay. And what this is going to do, this is going to put your dashboard on your Google Drive so that you are the one that's using it. I do have a lot of windows open, so my computer is working kind of slow. So there you go. There is your copy. And then what you need to do from here, oh, it's still working. You'll need to get your Poshmark sales report. And how you do that is go to your closet. And if you come up here on the right, it is Order Activity. And from there, it is your sales report. And you can do whatever time period that you'd like to look at. That's the beautiful thing about this report, this dashboard. You can run it as many times as you'd like. For the sake of this video, I'm just going to quickly send myself a week. And that sends yourself an email. And so the email, you're going to open it up and it will take you to, this page, and it said check your downloads in a few minutes. It automatically downloads it to you. So for me, my downloads, no. Like it can be sent to you as a CSV file depending on what programs you have and settings on your computer. It may open in a Google Sheets or Excel or Numbers. Those are all fine. You just want to make sure that you are, so this is all the header information, which you don't need because the dashboard already has it. But you want to take from the date all the way down to the bottom, just highlight it, and then into the totals. You don't want to bring in the totals because then you will double count. And then just a quick Control C will copy that. And then there you go. Okay, and then from here, you can either click the tab on the bottom or over here to the left on all of the sheets. These are all of the different pages. You click on that and you hit this little arrow and it'll take you to the sales report. This is where you insert your information. A quick Control V. You need to make sure that you are doing Control C's and Control V's. Do not insert rows or cells or columns, and do not delete any. Doing that will cause the dashboard to break and it won't be supported anymore, and you will have to buy a new one if you would like to continue to use it. So if you're unsure, reach out to me, but you want to do Control C. And then if you are doing it from a CSV file, you need to go through and do a split text to columns. It's going to take all of that data and nicely put it in the columns. Okay, and now it's thinking, it's processing the data. So you just let it think for a minute. Okay, so now it says that it's done. But then none of this stuff is populating, right? And that is because you haven't logged in yet. You need to log in with your email, your Gmail. So come up here to log in. Sometimes this won't show right away when you make a copy. If that's the case, then just come up and hit refresh until this login shows. And then you hit show prompt. And if the first time that you're using this, it'll ask you to okay the macro. So all you have to do is go through and hit, it's okay to use this macro, select who's using it, that should be your email address, click advance, and then go down to go to recorded macros, and then allow. So this is just allowing the back-end script to work, and then you're going to get the pop-up. This is your Gmail account, and you need to sign in with your Gmail account. And then it's going to ask you a couple questions. What's your closet name? And this is how you want it to show on the report. So if you don't want it, I like to have mine broken up, like on Poshmark it's all one name, but I like to have it broken up like this so it looks nice on the dashboard. And then this says, please enter what year you would like to analyze. And that is asking you, it's 1 year, and if you put in multiple years, you want to analyze the most recent year. So I'm going to put 2019 in. And then it's going, one more question. And then this is asking how much you would like to make next month. This is for the simulator, and let's just put in $3,000. So now it's running the script, and depending on how much data you put in there, your computer storage capacity, what else you have open, sometimes it can take a little while. I am actually going to, for the sake of this video, get out of this one, and I'm going to go into, see, I have 3 of them open, so it's not really doing it for me. So I have to close a couple of them. Let me get into, yes. I'm going to make sure I have, So this one is, let me close out of this one. This one is the same dashboard. I just have some data in there so that you can better see the graphs. So once you have logged in, your data will show up. But there's one more tab that you can go through and enter, and that is the custom data tab. Now you don't have to do this. Everything will work just fine if you don't. But if you would like to enter inventory costs, or if you sell on other platforms, you can enter that information. I do want to point out, for the sake of this dashboard, anything in gray, those are fields that you can enter in. Anything that's not in gray, do not mess with, do not delete, hide, anything. You can only enter in data and type or copy paste like we did with the sales report if it is gray. So on the custom data field, you would enter your inventory costs here, the total amount that you spent. So let's say I spent $500 in January, and I purchased 45 items. So it's going to calculate it. Let's do less than that. I don't want my inventory costs to be that high. Let's do 110 items. Okay, that's a more reasonable inventory cost. So it calculates your inventory costs here. And then for the year and the date, you need to enter in, this is typing, so you would enter in 2018. It is sensitive, so you need to enter in, you can only enter in, it shows you the format up here, the years that you're doing. This is a drop-down menu, so you would select January, and then you enter in the platform that you sold on. Now you need to make sure that you are entering it in the same time every time that you do it. If you were to accidentally enter in Etsy, something, Etsy, but spell it wrong, it would not say that those are the 2 same Etsys, and it would split it out between the 2 Etsys. So as you go in and you enter in your different platforms, you just need to really be cognizant and make sure that you are entering it in and spelling it and typing it exactly the same. And then you can go in here and do the total sales, so how many items you sold that month. And then your revenue less fees and shipping. And I say that mostly for eBay. As far as I'm aware, eBay is really one of the only, if not one of the few, if not the only, that sends you an invoice after and doesn't just give you your money less the fees and shipping. So for eBay, you will need to go through and figure out how much you sold and then take out your fees and your shipping to get this revenue so that you are comparing apples to apples. For places like Etsy, they just send you how much you made. They take it all out, so that number is fine. You do not need to enter in Poshmark because you have already uploaded this sales report. If you do not sell on other platforms, just skip this part. And then you have, so you can either, I'm used to clicking down here. You can click down here, or you can go up here to click to the other places that you'd like to go. So let's go to Poshmark. And I would like to point out on the bottom, the tabs that are maroon, that is Poshmark only data because we have a sales report for Poshmark. The red tabs is going to be all of your platform revenue streams if you added in additional to Poshmark. If you did not add in additional custom data, this will all just be Poshmark, if that makes sense. Okay, so the first one, this is your Poshmark. This is going to break out, and like I said, this data is just for the sake of this video so that you can nicely see how it works. So I chose to analyze the year 2019. It's going to show that right here. It is going to put my name up here. Every sheet, and I do want to touch on this, is for personal use only, and it is copyright for SSAD Sales LLC. So make sure to use this for personal use. It is connected to your Gmail as well. So this breaks out by the month. So we're looking at 2019. If you want to look at 2018 on the login, you would enter in 2018. It is going to pull in your total sold. So this is how much it sold for on Poshmark. This is how much less the fees. Shipping for Poshmark isn't relevant because shipping comes, the buyer pays for that. And then it takes out your average item, your average sale price, and this is sold, and then this is your average sales price per item less the fees. So this number is the average price that you are making less all the fees that are taken out. I do want to know, this is not a financial dashboard, so you do still need to consider the other expenses that your business is taking out, to be taken out of these numbers. This is just your fees and your shipping taken out. And then this is your total amount of items that you sold on Poshmark. Now, if you did enter in your average inventory cost per item, that's going to show up right here. And then it's going to give you an average profit per item. So for this seller, their average profit per item after the shipping, their fees, and their average inventory costs has come out, they're on average making $19.53 per item. I do want to note one more time, there are additional expenses in running a business, and this number does not account for that. You will need a financial dashboard to do that. So this is all Poshmark data. You can come over here to go to the next tab or whichever tab you want, or you can click down on the bottom. Now this is your total revenue. This is red, which means that if you entered in data in the custom tab for other revenue sources, so Etsy, eBay, Poshmark, or not Poshmark, Etsy, eBay, Depop, The Real, I mean, there's so many of them, and you can enter in as many as you want. Just make sure that you are keeping the names the same when you're entering it. This is going to add it all together. You are going to have your 2019, so we're looking at 2019 here, and this is all of the revenue that you made on Poshmark and on any of the other revenue sources that you put in the custom data. This is this is all less fees to make it all apples to apples. So this is after your shipping and after your fees have been taken out. This is your average sale per item after all the fees. This is how many you sold cumulative. So if you added in additional revenue streams, this is the cumulative number. Again, if you did add in the average inventory cost, that takes it out right here. And then this again gives you a number for the your average profit. So that'll tell you. And then I do want to note down at the bottom, you have year-to-date averages. This is taking the average. So on average, this seller is selling $1,954.67 a month on average. On average, you're selling about 81 items. And then you can quickly come down and look at the charts. This is your year-over-year growth. So the green is your previous year. If you have more data, if you entered in, for this instance, 2018 data, either from Poshmark sales report or from the custom data tab, it will show here. And then the pink is your current year data, and it gives you a percent increase or a percent change. Here they're all increases. So you can see, 14% more sales in January than in the previous year. And then this gives you a nice little graph to look at your total monthly revenue. Again, this is going to show you if you are entering in all of your revenue streams. And then we can go to the simulator. I'm going to click on the bottom, but you can come up here, and you could have clicked here and then clicked on the arrow, and it would have taken you here as well. So when we did the pop-up, we entered in, we wanted to make $3,000 next month. And this is going to go through and look at your historical trends. So it's looking at, on average, how much are you selling every month? And on average, what is your average sale price? To increase your revenue, your total take home, you really have, there's 3 variables. You can sell more, you can sell higher, or you can lower your inventory costs. There's not really a lot of information on lowering your inventory costs in this dashboard, because as a reseller, our inventory costs tend to be really low anyway. And so yes, going from $3 to $2, you will make a little bit more money, but not a huge increase. So that's something to be aware of, but it doesn't necessarily, besides the previous charts that we looked at, it's not analyzed in this chart or in this dashboard. But this simulator will tell you your average sale price, your total sales per month. And if you want to make, for this seller, if they wanted to make $3,000 next month, they would need to, keeping their average sale price around, on trend with what they are selling at, they would have to sell 157 items. Or you could increase your average sale price to $41 if you're on average selling the same amount of items. So this gives you quantifiable goals to reach for. And you can do a little bit of both and try some different things and see how to get there. But now you can say, here is the amount that I want to get to, and these are the numbers that I need to reach for. The next one is your platform. So if you entered in custom data, different platforms, this will show you the breakout. So this will show you the breakout of the total items sold, so the quantity, how many items are you selling, and it does it by percentage. And then this is your revenue. It breaks out how much revenue are you selling by percentage. And so, like, let's say on the Real, for this seller, they are selling 51% of the pie is going to the Real for revenue, but total items, they are only selling 3% of the pie. So they're making more money on the Real because they're getting more money from it, selling less items. And that can be seen over here in the average sold price by platform. This goes through and gives you your average sale price by platform. And the Real is going to be the highest price. If you know about reselling, that's fairly typical, depending on what you sell. But the Real takes really high-end luxury items, so that would make sense that they're the higher platform. I do want to note, these are just the ones for this graph. Like I said, you can go in and put whichever ones you would like into the custom data. Just make sure that you are typing it all the same. Okay, now we're going to move into Poshmark only data. This comes from the sales report, and you can click down here, or you can come up here and say, okay, I want to look at the daily charts. You have to click the little arrow, and it's going to bring you the daily charts. It is going to tell you your total orders by day as a percent, your total orders by day, total quantity, and then your average sale price. And what is helpful with this is it helps you look at when you're selling. And so you can either say, you know, I'm selling more on the weekends. I'm going to really up how social I am on Poshmark on the weekends and see if I can't capitalize on that. Or I have had people who use the dashboard say, you know, it's really low during the week. And I know that's because I'm not sharing my closet during the week. So then they just share their closet one more time during the week and boom, they're seeing more sales. And then this goes through for the whole year that you're analyzing. So we're analyzing 2019. It's going to go through for the whole year that you're analyzing and give you your charts of how much you're selling on a day. This is helpful for you to kind of see trends. Sometimes you will notice, you know, trends for paydays. So, you know, the 1st and the 15th, you see an upswing in that, and what can you do to capitalize on that? Or closet clear out days. Are you partaking in a closet clear out day? You know, on this big spike, was that a closet clear out day? The next one, and I'll do it over here, I'm going to go to is your bundles and offer to likes. So this is going to, like I said, this is Poshmark only data. This is going to break out your type of orders, your percentage of bundles, and your shipping discounts. Shipping discounts for this seller is very close to their offer to likes. So they probably only, this generic seller is likely only giving mostly shipping discounts for offer to likes. But you can try some things out and say, I'm going to do free shipping for a month and see if it's going to increase my sales. What is that going to do to these charts? Bundles is high for this person. I do have a bundle strategy on YouTube that has increased my bundles. I usually sit between 30 and 50% bundles, and it has helped. And it also has increased my average sale price for the bundle. So this is just your percent of items that were sold in bundles, and then your type of order. You have your offer to likes and your buy it nows, and then you have your other offers. So the way that Poshmark breaks it out in the sales report, your other offers are either going to be counter offers for the offer to likes, or they're going to be just straight offers. Someone sends you an offer. And then this goes through and gives you your average sale price through buy it now, other offers, offer to likes, and bundles. So this is going to help you figure out if you are trying in the simulator, you're trying to increase your average sale price, you can look at what is giving you a good average sale price and try and encourage that. Or you can look at, hey, you know, bundles are giving me a really low sale price. Average sale price, how can I work on increasing that? And then these are two new tabs for the dashboard I'm super excited about. This is your repeat customers. So how many customers, unique orders of repeat customers. So if it's someone who buys a big bundle and they're buying 5 items for you, they will not show up in this report. If it is someone who's bought 2 bundles from you on separate occasions, it'll show up in this report and it'll show as 2 orders. So these are unique orders. Even if they buy more than 1 item, that counts as 1 order. And then the percentage that's broken out. So now you can try and look at, target your repeat buyers. You know who they are. Give them incentives. See if sending packaging in a certain way increases your return customers. Social media, all of that. There's lots of things that you can try, and we talk about this in the Facebook group. And then this is by state. I click down here. You can also click over here. This is your sales by state. It breaks it out. It organizes it in order from the least amount of places you sold to down at the bottom the most amount. And then if you would like to see it on the graph, you just hover over, okay, Colorado, they're selling 27, California 100. And then you can look down here at the bottom. The darker it gets, the higher quantity they are selling there. Montana 2. So that is the sales report. Thank you so much for joining me. The sales report will help you understand kind of where you're at. If you would like to work on ways to increase your sales, I will highly recommend getting the inventory report as well. It goes through and gives you deep dive data analytics on your inventory. It tells you sell-through rates for sizes, and it gives you your top brands, and just a very robust report for the Poshmark sales report. So I hope that you have a wonderful day, and definitely make sure to follow me. Reach out to me if you have any questions.